We are building a Minecraft town, one villager profession at a time. All the schematics and the world downloads are available to you. Now, which villager profession are we going to tackle next? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in my Villager World series. Today, we are taking on the third of the villager houses that we're going to do. The mason was last time, before that was the farmer, and we're going to pop out a third one. This one's going to be the butcher. It's going to be the one where we get our hands just a little bit bloody, I think, but don't panic, because if you are a Redstone patron or above within my Patron group, you get to download this entire world and also the schematics for each of the individual houses, as well as a load of other stuff too that is unrelated to this particular series. So do pop over to my Discord. My Discord is in the description below. You're more than welcome to go and have a look at that. That is completely open to everybody, and it'll explain exactly what is going on. Anyway, let's crack on with a butcher's house. This is the palette that I think I'm going to be using. Primarily wood, a tiddly bit of stone, some raw meats and other decorative items, and most importantly, because it is a butcher, we need the smoker. Now, I want the butcher shop to be really quite different from the previous two, and especially the stonemason, so we're going to do it primarily out of wood. I think I'm going to go one there, one there. I'm going to give two gap, one there, gap one, then 1, 2, 3, that, and that. That should, I reckon, be what we're after. And then I'm going to have a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, oh, there. And I think then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's going to work. Hang on, I need to sort of get my head around this. I think then this should be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7, so 9 total. That's good. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should have a gap of 6. Yeah, okay, we are laughing. It is all good. I want 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then that. And then here we're going to come across, I think, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. I think I'm going to come out just a little further. And then I want to bring this out 11 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Is that more or less a diagonal? Well, that works quite well, doesn't it? Right, so if we come that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that there, that is going to be the footprint of our house. Yep, I know. It looks a little bit of a jaggedy mess right now, but that's okay. I can live with jaggedy messes as long as it looks all right at the end. So I'm just going to fill in the whole of the floor area, because I think we can just take it from there afterwards. Amazing. Right, so we've got one floor area there. I've probably, I've probably come out one too far around this side. So I'm going to come along here, just trim off this edge ever so slightly, because this is going to be the outer wall. We are going to go for some indented depth on this one, and we're just going to replace it with this as we come around. Yep, that's right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some randomness into this wood, because it's just all too planky, and there's now worse than something a little bit planky. So I'm just going to put randomly bits of this stripped oak in amongst this. It doesn't matter where it goes. It can be next to each other like that. It can be straight. It can be doing whatever it wants to. I'm just going to make sure that I've got plenty of randomized texture. Then we're going to come along with some upside down steps and some normal steps here and here, and on the sides, because this is going to be like a porch area. There and there. I can then bring all of these up just one to give myself the structure that I'm after. I'm going to leave those as one, because I've got plans for those in a minute. If I come around all the way around here too, put fencing in between anything that's got an upside down step, and leave the right way around step so as that is an entrance. That is looking pretty good. I'm happy with where we are so far. I'm now going to get myself my wall, and the wall is going to come in here for that area, and then I'm going to bring it out. Got to think about this. Hang on, don't peek too early. Come out like that, I think. Yes, and then that's going to come around this way. I think that is good. Yes, and now we're going to pop our door. So we want that gap. That's going to be the window. So the door is going to go in that one, which means we can raise that up all the way around. And then, oh, don't like the way they look. I'll change those. Goodness me. Right, so we have a 3 window there, a 3 window there. So nice and light. That's got to come out. Then I'm going to have a single window, I think just there. This is going to be internally. I've got plans for that. I'm going to leave this bit out just for the moment. I've got to change these. That's going to hurt my eyes every time I look at it. And a window there, I think. And then that is going to come around like that. Yep, I'm happy with where we are with those. I just need to have a think about how we're going to do this. I do, however, now want to get myself glass blocks, because we're going to make a window here that comes out like a bay window like that, because this is going to have a bay window where the butcher is going to show his wares off, because obviously you need some wares. If you're a butcher, it's all about the wares, isn't it, really? So if I bring those out like that as well, that is okay. I want to raise this one up another one, and I'm just going to bring in some panes of glass just to guide my eye, otherwise it's going to throw me completely. I'm not entirely sure whether or not got these windows right. I think we're probably okay, actually. What do we reckon? Yeah, we're happy with that. We're then going to get fence all the way out here. We'll replace some of those fences with some gates in just a moment, but for the moment I'm really quite happy with the way that's come. We're just going to raise them up another 2 as we start to build this house up from the bottom. I think we're then going to bring these up another 1. Bring them all the way around. I'm definitely going to be taking out some of that before we know it. Bring that up there. Around like that. That's going to be the chimney area. Yes, I'm happy. That's going to have more glass in it. These are also going to have more glass in. That can come there, there and there. And that can come up like that. And then we can put a double height bay window in like that. This is starting to come together. I've brought these walls up just a little bit more, and I've kept them as that stripped oak. I've not put any texturing in there at all. These posts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high, and on that 6th one we're going to bring across the cross struts, and we're going to bring them all the way across on either side. Now that you can see pokes out over the top. That is what we're after. That is not an error, unlike other stuff that I tend to do. We haven't got anything there, but that's because this is all going to be coming out in just a moment. I'm just going to get some cobble, and I'm going to mark out with this exactly where we're going to put our chimney. So the chimney is going to come along like this. We will texture this chimney up with different types of blocks. If I take these out now, we can see them, and that is going to come around like that. So you can see the chimney is kind of a lapped around shape in that type of way. The inside of the chimney is going to be just there, as you can see. Right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to see how we can start to build the inside a little bit. This area here, for example, is where we're going to start first, and we literally are going to start right at the beginning. I'm going to bring in all of my uncooked meats into the fray, and where's my splash effect there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put campfires on those 3. I'm then going to put a couple of bits of rabbit, a bit of beef and a raw mutton, and I'm going to put it out. I'm then going to put in 3 bits of raw mutton and a chicken, I think, and then I'm going to put it out, and I'm going to just carry on doing this until I've got all kinds of meats on display. One very nice butcher's display all sorted out. It's not very well lit, so we're just going to pop 2 lanterns in there to light that up just a little bit. I'm going to get a door. I'm going to pop the door in there. That should give us a nice indent there, and then I'm going to create the ability to get up to a 2nd level. I know it's sort of a bit backwards. I'm not quite doing the way I would normally build it, which is the roof first. So I'm just coming in, I'm just going to build up these steps backwards and forwards along this wall until we get to the correct level, which I think is going to be the next one there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then we're going to come along on this side and this side only. We're going to put in a load of blocks and make this a second floor. However, I want to make sure I'm coming across at the right point, which is going to be here. Yeah, here. So if I come across this way, this is where the mezzanine will finish. This is going to be like a mezzanine level. Mezzanine level complete right there. We are now going to build out where we're going to have the roof. So I'm going to have one side roof going off in this direction. So let's just pop those like that. And then I think on here, we're going to have another roof going off in this direction. Come around that way, come around that way, right there. So let's just pop that like that. This then needs to come out like that. Yep. And this on this side also needs to come out so as it matches on this side. Now that looks particularly awkward at the moment, looks a little bit weird, but I'm fairly confident this is going to work itself out. So what I'm going to do, that's going to be like that. That's got to come out to there. Yes, that's great. So now I'm going to try and offset some of the awkwardness of this by putting in a canopy on here. If I create a support structure using that wall, then a fence post, then a wall, I'm going to put white wool all the way along here, but not actually on the fence post bit. I'm then going to put red wool behind it like that. I'm then going to get some white wool and come up behind it again there, and then red wool behind that. Okay, I'm then going to get some spruce slab. I'm going to put a spruce slab there and there and there and there, which means that's slowly climbing each step like that. And I'll probably bring that across. I'll think about that in a moment. I'm not entirely sure. So let's just continue this side up here. I'm going to get some cobblestone there. That's going to go up like that. That's going to go up like that. And then more cobble. And we're going to do exactly the same on this side. We need to make sure we match it, which is why that has to be a step. That has to be a step. That becomes cobble. Step, step, cobble. And I'm going to continue doing that until we get to the apex. Same on this side. That's going to be a step. That's going to be a step. That's a cobble block. Step, step, cobble block, and just carry on. And there we've got the outline of the roof, and I just need to put in all of the wood parts of the roof now, and I'm going to use spruce for these. So I'm just going to match up by bringing these across here. Now this does encroach a little bit on that floor, and that's fine, that's what it's meant to do. And I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to carry on and finish the roof off. Once I've got all the roof done, I shall be back with you. So we've brought that roof all the way around, and what I've also done on this side is I've put in a dormer. You can see I've only done half of it so far. Put in a bit of a dormer because that was just too much of, well, flatness, frankly. Way too much flatness. I've also not finished off texturing up this side as well because it needs just a little bit of the edge taken off of it. It needs roughing up. I do like a rougher roof. It looks much nicer. And also on the end here, we've got our gable panel. It looked too too bland with just the oak, and so I put in the stripped oak, and that's given us a much nicer texture. And I've split it up using these trapdoors. So what I'm going to continue to do, I'm going to finish off this dormer, I'm going to finish off texturing, I'm going to get all of the gable ends properly finished as well. I'll bring that level up on the chimney just a little bit, and I think we'll be ready to do the next bit. And of course, a wandering con man wants to come and take a piece of my action. Really starting to come together now. I'm liking that a very lot. So now we're going to increase this overhang here, because this is going to need some kind of roof. It doesn't look quite right just hanging over that side, and I want it to come along all the way over this post, which means it's got to come to there, which means it overhangs that roof edge, and that's okay, I think. So come in here like that, and then bring that in there, that in there, and then pop that post in there. That gives us a continuation of that roof, and I think that works okay. That doesn't look too ugly at all. We've got quite a lot of work to do on the outside in terms of decoration and separation. For example, here we need to just bring in these trapdoors to separate those out, and then correspondingly we would have done it there, however we've got away with it as a result of that roof overhang. That doesn't need it at all. Does that look straight? Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. That has to come up like that, and I think what I might do is I'm going to pop that there, and I'm going to get the spruce slab. I'm going to bring that along, not two, just one actually, just to give that slight feel of slope. Now we've got, as I say, quite a lot of detailing to do. We need to get this lit up. We need to get things like shutters, etc. on some of these windows. We've got to get some depth onto some of these legs, and we're going to do that now using just a little bit of extra wood around the outside. I'm going to use these ones as well all the way around. Why not? We might as well make it consistent on all of them. Make it side there, that comes there. Okay, so we've got all the way around, and then if we use spruce, does spruce wood work? I think spruce wood works here actually by the look of it. That's quite nice. I was a little bit worried it wouldn't do. We're gonna pop them there. Yep, that works okay. Bring them all the way around there and there. So let's just take a little step back. So yeah, so we're starting to get some chunkiness on this house now. I want to put a little bit of break up texture on these up struts, and I'm going to do it. Do I want to do it on that level or that level? That is the big question. I think we're going to go on that level, which is equivalent to the level of the bottom half of those windows. So let's just bring those around all the way around, and then that works there too. That is okay. Bring that in there, and then all we need to do is add a little bit more texture in to these walls, which we're going to achieve using extra blocks, not by changing up the blocks. I'm not going to put any of the planks into these walls. I don't think that's going to work for us in this instance, and all in all we are probably nearly there. I don't want to put anything underneath that bay window, but I do want to put it under there. I want to get myself some trapdoors like that. That's going to be open, I think, here and here. Let's get those open. Trapdoor that and that. Get rid of that. Trapdoor there and there. Get rid of those. We can then trapdoor all the way across the top. I think what I will do is I'll put that in the middle there, and we'll pop those in like that. That makes for a nice open window. This is going to be closed. Bring that across the top, and similarly here, this is going to be closed. Bring that across the top, and I think I am going to put one. I wasn't going to, but I am going to put one across there that goes all the way across the door as well. I'm just going to keep doing the same with some of these windows. These all need to be decorated up as well. We've added a fair amount of detail into the house now. We're around the windows with things like flower pots and lighting, and we put some bushes in. The wandering con man is still trying to do a deal. He can go whistle. But what I want to do now is I want to put just something over the top of this enclosure, and I'm going to follow the theme that we've got on that there. slightly differently. Because this is one block below, I need to put in 2 fence posts as opposed to 1. I'm hoping this is going to work. If not, I can always reset it. And I'm going to put campfires all the way along to the roof. Is it? Yes, it does. You get in. That's what I was after. So then if I bring this all the way along to that side, I should be able to get an entire lean-to roof using these campfires that goes all the way along. Get in there as well. Hopefully they're all facing the right direction, otherwise I'll be very sad. And if I put them out using the splash water bottle, I'm just going to spam. Shall I see if I can do it from a distance? No, that didn't quite work, did it? So let's just pop all of these out and let's see whether or not we end up with something that looks about right. This is a butcher's, so what do you think could be going in this enclosure? I think it might be tomorrow's dinner. Right, I think we are good. We have got a finished house that we're going to put into the world in just a moment. I'll just show you through it first. We've got inside the shop area with the open fire to make it cozy. Plenty of meat, the odd blood stain, but you know, don't take any notice of that. We've got the smokers, which are obviously massively important, and then coming up through here we've got a little private area. He has his dinner there, he washes his hands after getting blood on them over there, and he comes upstairs and he has got a very nice little house that he can look over his shop just to check if any shop assistants are actually doing their work. Nice map, little embedded bed, and somewhere to do his work, probably to count up all of his money that he's made out of selling his stuff. And every now and again, if a customer gets antsy, he puts on his diamond armour and gives them a bash. I think we need to get this into the village world. And our ever-growing town has now got a little butcher's shop. I did a little bit of surrounding area. Not a lot of land required for a butcher's shop. I just need the bit that the house is on. So I put in a little front gardeny area with a tall pillar of light and a little pond because I could. I filled up the animal compound with tomorrow's dinner. Yeah, sorry to describe you like that, but you know, facts are facts. That's just the way it is. And inside we have got ourselves a couple of butchers that are ready to serve the meat. I'm quite pleased with this one, actually. It's quite nice in terms of the way you can make it look like a butcher's shop, and it comes quite well into the surroundings. I think we've got 3 very different looking houses. It's quite big, the butchers, but that's okay because I think a meat vendor is likely to be one of the richer people in the area. Maybe not as rich as some of them, but certainly richer than this poor fella that cuts stone for a living. I'm really pleased how it came. Now remember, we are going to plod through all of these villager professions and a few that don't exist as well, and create a town that I think is going to look really rather nice. This town is going to be on world download. It already is. Between every house I release the world download again in my Discord. If you're redstone or above, you have the ability to download this town, plus all of the schematics for each individual house as well, so you can put it into your own world if you don't want to put it into this one. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making it. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.